And welcome back. We're picking up where we left off last time in Factorio, where we moved over to Volcanus so that we could start, well, taking advantage of the fact that Volcanus has infinite iron, copper, steel by the molten refining if we use calcite. So that's what we're going to do. So starting off, we're going to need big miners on the calcite. Something like so, yeah. We now, in theory, have access to the explosives, so we'll operate or cliff explosives. We'll operate a build that relies on them to some degree to make the calcite mine a little bit more sensible. Okay, something like that. This, of course, need power. And of course, as we're doing this, the bots should start to build bits and pieces of it. They don't have all the bits, like I don't think we have power poles actually being constructed here. That is something we plan on fixing. That'll probably be one of the first things we fix. Oh, about one more big miner up here, probably. Be a good idea. Yeah. So that's probably about 3 belts of calcite. We're going to use 2 for operating the foundries. I'm going to use 1 for everything else on this planet. In the meantime, we'll have the bots also bring, because for the moment I gotta probably assemble all the electrical power poles myself. So let's have the bots bring us the bits we need to do that, which is copper plates and iron bars, or steel bars. We'll also have to do belts and stuff as well. But I think this is a good place to start. So the next thing to do is we've got this being assembled, and once this is in, this will provide us the vast majority of our calcite needs for, in fact, I should go back to normal map view so I can see what I need to do here. Oh, and iron sticks. Request some iron as well. From a recipe standpoint, we want to basically be doing these 2 recipes. Lava for molten iron, lava for molten copper. Each of these takes in 1 calcite 16 seconds. But to be fair, the foundry operates at crafting speed of 4, so it's actually 4 seconds. 1 every 4 seconds. So it's 4, let's say we're going to use the whole yellow belt worth of foundry construction. That's probably overkill. But that's 60 foundries. So that's not a trivial amount of foundry. Okay, we are going to need a little bit more, contemplatively, a little bit more space, I think. Do I want to blow? Yeah, I think I do want to blow those up. Goodbye, cliffs. You're in the way. Okay. So I just worked out I want 60 of these before speed modifiers. That's a good question. Can I have speed modifiers delivered? Probably. Speed 2s. Yeah, obviously wants to be either speed. Don't necessarily want to run productivity because the productivity is gonna. Yeah, no, we're running speed. So we request speed, request some productivity, and request quality for the moment. Over at Fulgura, or actually no, over on Hibiscus, the transport. I then need you to request that those be imported from Fulgura. You're stopped in office. Why? Oh, because you're waiting for. Well, you're waiting for bits to be shipped up, if at all possible. Some of that won't be shipped up or shippable up, but in fact, actually, let's go up to the ship and say, what do you want placed? Oh, so it was smart enough to replace with lower quality stuff. Okay, so it's just sitting there waiting for the stuff to show up. That's fine. How many slots do? 4 slots. So we can technically speed them up, basically double their speed, because we're going to get 100%, 120% speed off of 4 modules right now. Okay. So that would take us from 60, I'll use a calculator here so I can get a more exact number. Let's go on the calculator. So I want to consume 15 things times 16 divided by 4 divided by 2.2. So about 27, let's say 28. 28, these guys. So we'll start off with a pair for somewhat valuable reasons. So we'll also start with the iron. That way we can see what we need to get in and out. Lava, metal. These will probably be decently fast. Let's just assume these need fast. Well, actually, no. They're going to be half a second. Half a second for that side. They're going to be faster on this side. That's going to be 15 out. So there's going to be about 2 coming out a second for that side. So yeah, it's going to be something like that. And then that needs to say vertical flip. Vertical flip works. There we go. So that would be like a 4. So yeah, that should be tesselatable. Reasonably tesselatable. Yeah, and we just do copy that batch. So that's 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, and 28. And it's the exact same thing for the copper. I suppose we just do a full copy paste over. The difference being on these that this is not molten iron, it's molten copper. Okay. And then from a building standpoint, you get something that looks like this to feed you, this to feed you. Not sure what we're going to do with the stone right away, which is going to be a problem because we're going to have to do something with the stone. And this is consuming 500 lava every 2 seconds? No, 500 lava like every... Yeah, every like 2 seconds. How much is the offshore pump? 12,000. Okay. So we worked out, it's 500, base at 16, divided by 4, divided by 2.2. So, wait, no, and then we need that to be the division, right? So that's 16 divided by 4 divided by 2.2. So that's about 1.8 recipes per second. So if we invert that, and then we multiply that by 500. It's about 275 per assembler, or per foundry. Oh, and then I probably want to invert that, don't I? Yeah. Oh, no, 275. Oh, we can do that multiplied by 8 times 2. So we got 15,400 is the lava I need to operate all that. At which point we just divide that by 12,000. $1,200. So we need 13 offshore pumps. My math is to be believed. Okay. That's a lot, but that's not undoable. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay. Okay, so that little bit through there is just not going to be passable by foot because we need to run the pipes through the middle anyway. Oh, that one's not an eligible spot. One moment. Let's fix the offshore pump. That's hopefully an eligible spot. Yeah, there we are. Okay. And yeah, then we can do something like that. Yeah. Oops. No, I want a new copy, please. Like that component for the moment. Okay, and then we can do a new copy of that component. Oh, wait. Actually, no, that works, so I need to pull that bit up anyway. And then that needs to go away. So we... Wait, no. See if I can read my... I like to read proverbial positioning notes here. Yeah, that'll work. It's every other one. We do this too. Yes, I'm recognizing that there are some issues that might need to be solved. Are we not allowed to run under pipes under... Oh no, the pipes just don't check. Do they check? Ah, we're not allowed to run the pipes under the lava. Okay, that makes some sense. Yeah, the underground's probably not going to work if that's the case as well, but they're maybe a little easier to fix. Okay. And we can go there to there, there to there, there to there, there to there to provide all the lava. Oh, besides that much. Then we need to get the iron and copper out. Okay. Pretty sure I don't need a buffer for... the lava, but we do need it for the metal. Okay, so power poles are made. Start making that getting made. We'll probably need more power poles, so that's not a permanent solution to the power pole issue, but it's a working one for the moment. Oh, and I'm going to need inserters as well. Oops. Not that one. Or that one. Got a little carried away and was about to hook the lava into a copper system. That would have worked one or both. And a tank over there. Or just a little bit of buffering. And then obviously this does need some power. Save a little bit of clicking. Let's do just a quick copy and paste of that. Ah, no, that's not going to quite work the way I want it to. I have to do at least full pair. And then it'll basically work the way I want it to. There we go. So that should provide all the power. We're going to have to sort the inserters out. Slightly different problem, but that's probably what we're getting requests for. 56 inserters, 56 blues, and I don't have the stuff on us for that, but we'll get started. Learning stuff in the network for delivery. And then this is going to provide much more molten iron than molten copper than I hopefully need. I suppose the next thing to maybe sort out getting built is getting the inserters built. Right, so we can have these things sort of self-build to some degree. Now, do we have... Not yet. Rest some electromagnetic plants? And then this ship, who hasn't gone anywhere, is set to grab them. Okay. Stop to novice. It's coming from Glubba. Which is waiting the full 5 minutes because it doesn't have these to pick up. Okay. Okay, from a smelting standpoint, what do I need to get those working? So, an assembly machine, iron plate, copper, iron plate, iron gear, electric circuit. Yeah, okay, so that's not too bad. If anything, we're going to be oversupplying things, I think, for that, right? Because that's going to be something like foundry, foundry, foundry. No, foundry, foundry, magnetic plant. Next, one or more assemblers. Right, because from an assembler standpoint, oh yeah, might actually want to do full belts, or some contemplation of belt supplying here, because that's definitely not going to consume one. I don't think we necessarily want more than one operating at a time. Right, because we're making basically 2 a second with that recipe. And that one's actually... Okay, so if we need plates, do this, because it's the best way to make plates, obviously. If we need gears, do gears, because it does gears even better. And then we want you. She needs the plates and copper circuit. Okay. Okay, let's potentially embrace a little bit of spaghetti life here. So, regular inserter. The fast inserters require that as input. Regular inserter is also required as an input to the long-handled. And do I want to go all the way up to... Well, I presume I should go all the way up to the bulk as an option. Yeah, but the bulk's going to need red circuits. I don't really want to bother with red circuits in this planet, so we'll just stick up to fast here. We can deal with them being slow and taking up a bunch of space. Okay, so then that's the sets that we need. Okay, so then we want something in the middle like this, so... And then iron, gears, green. Iron, gears, green, okay. So we want a belt of green, a belt of iron, and... Well, actually, probably just a half a belt of each will work for the moment. Okay. So for half a belt of plates. Yeah, let's call it my half a belt of plates for the moment. I think we can only go out to the edge of this green. Existing RoboPort network, but let's just do a quick copy and paste, expand that. Okay, well, I suppose actually let's contemplate gear production first. So gears, it's 1 production per gear per foundry. The foundry technically makes 4. Well, and I haven't counted for the productivity either. So it makes 6. And I could speed them too. let's just go up to 3 for that. So 3 will make half a belt for that one side. Leave the right space in the middle, yes. And then you're going to be plate. So you make 2 every 3. 3.2. So we're looking for 15. That makes 2. Also has a 50% productivity, so we need to divide by another 1.5. So we need 5 recipes. Yeah, five recipes every second, averaged. So then we multiply it by 3.2. Divide by 4. So we need 4 of these, I think. Before speed modules. We can come back and shrink down the speed modules in a bit, but first bout, I think we're gonna assume that we don't, because we need this working. We have to set the base up to some degree. Okay. Goes, let's say that tank. And then this is outputting 4 to 15. For a second. Let's say about 4. So we probably want about 2 speed modules off of each of those. 2 fastnessers off each of those. And then like 3 off of these. Make sure it goes fast enough. That might be overkill, but it'll at least work. Okay. Then we can go sneak over our design from Novice, because we've already done something that works. Maybe a little overkill for what we're doing, but this will work. Yeah, this is almost certainly overkill for what we're doing, but it'll work. Conveniently line up, like, say there. And then need red splitter. Okay, so we got a whole belt of green there, which we already worked out is excessive for what we need, but there's a point when you just don't complain. Cause yeah, it's overkill, but you know, sometimes overkill is sufficient. Pipes there, pipes there, there, and there. Okay. And then the output on this will want to go to a passive provider chest so as to be provided to the network. Okay, so we got some stuff into the network. We'll see where that all ends up. And yeah, I'm kind of in the sort of awkward position of I've got to sort of jump start by hand the industry to make the industry work better. Your stop at Gleba. Where's your next stop? Your next stop's Novice. Okay, so we got to go through a Novice stop before we get it over here. But it is coming with some of the stuff we need, so we're going to need those electromagnetic plants. Not a problem. And a lot of the other stuff we can reasonably make locally. Even enough patience. I know, the hard thing to do, patience. And yeah, so then once this gets powered up, oh, I suppose I'll probably need a roboport down there as well. Roboport. Okay, so that batch of medium power poles is done. Another round of blues and yellows. Hundreds of missing entities. Mostly probably stuff cleaning up. I think. Yeah, this is the theory. Okay, it's missing the inserter, so it doesn't work without the inserters. But once the inserters are in, that's a functioning productivity here. Yeah, just give me the whole batch of power holes. Looking at time, this is probably a good place to put a part break in. We've designed something that once it's working will provide all our gear, or all our inserter requirements on the planet fairly easily. And then we'll probably move on to belts next. So we'll get this running, get inserters going, and then we'll move on to belts. And this, honestly should be excessively oversupplying all our... Wait. Okay, we'll fix that. Should be honestly oversupplying all our molten metal needs. It just needs to get built, which requires a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff. You know? Can you request regular speed modules from Brett as well? maybe a little bit of a weird request, but I need it for accelerating construction of the assemblers over here. That's just something that's going to be a pain to hand make. Yeah, this is where we're going to put the part in. So if you're watching on YouTube, there will be a part up tomorrow. I'm going to try to record 5 parts tonight, so this is the first of 5. If you're watching on Twitch, feel free to hand. I'm going to take a short break to quickly stretch the legs, and we'll get right back into it. So with that, wish you all the best of luck and a good time. Catch you all in the next part. And bye for now.